Okay, a team who were on a run. Let's go to Anfield, mate. Merseyside Derby was our first game of the weekend. Plenty of Liverpool fans in attendance at the FanFest in Kansas City. A Liverpool teammate who, I mean, the narrative's set. Liverpool win games, not playing particularly well, still got to integrate some of the best players. You know, it was a Merseyside Derby where the manager is confident and comfortable enough to play the two most expensive players in British history are sitting on the bench. I mean, there aren't many clubs and managers where that's going to happen, mate. You signed the two biggest record-signing players in British history, and you're sitting them down next to you in a Merseyside Derby.
He went back to tried and tested midfield, Rob, didn't he? You know, and that midfield is such a, you know, obviously Szoboszlai's done a great job at right back, but you play him as a right 8. Remember, they play 3 in midfield pretty much, with McAllister kind of left, a little deeper, but he does get forward, and Szoboszlai on the right. And Ryan Gravenberch, Rob, who we obviously got to give him a special mention. I think I said on the show yesterday or the day before when the game, it's like, there's nothing he can't do. There's literally nothing he can't do on a football pitch. The goal is I want to say world-class finish.
It's a centre-forward goal, mate.
It's an incredible timing. The timing, the contact, the direction, the thought, the trying to get it past the goalkeeper on the other side. Let alone his tackling, his covering. He's always on the right side, covering his right fullback, the young Conor Bradley, to help him out a little bit. He can pass it. He gets forward. He's the whole package. And on a slot last year, and I think we're going to see it again this year, Rob, there's a fluidity about this midfield where Ryan Gravenberch is never going to be in the same spot. You're never going to see him as a deep guy. Because there's not. Szoboszlai was the holding player when Gravenberch makes his run through. And, you know, in Florian Wirtz, Rob, it's sat on the bench. I tell you what's going to happen. I tell you what's going to happen with this. That in my opinion, Florian Wirtz as an out-and-out 10 is going to be difficult for him to be effective. I think you're going to see Florian Wirtz play in 2 positions. I think he's going to play a right. I think he's going to play a right 8 and a left high. The Cody Gakpo. And I think Liverpool are going to rotate. They're going to move around. They've tried to. You don't. I don't know why. You could have a midfield of Gravenberch holding, Florian Wirtz to his right, busy, good on the ball, a bit like a McAllister type, Rob, instead of a number 10. You know, a real he's super technical, but I think he's going to be more of an 8. And you have an 8 on the other side that would be McAllister or Szoboszlai, Wirtz with Gravenberch holding. There's a ton of options.
I mean, right now, I'm a Gravenberch lover. You know, I said he was my starting player this season from what he's done. And like you say, he's not just a sitter. He's very clever. He often goes over to that right-hand side where you see he plays balls through for the Ekitike goal. He can do the 8 role. He's got great football IQ and athleticism. But Szoboszlai, Rob, is for me is a must starter. I think he brings an energy that they miss when he's not there.
Well, you say must starter, you can't have them all.
Yeah, I know. So right now, Wirtz is sitting on the outside of that. The balance there's times Szoboszlai's athleticism to start the pace, he's runs in behind to stretch back fours is an important part of Liverpool's play. Wirtz doesn't do. I haven't seen Wirtz do that yet. He looks more of a technical footballer. So maybe in certain games.
I wonder if that's going to morph, Rob. That's what I'm saying. I wonder if he's going to start playing a little bit more like a Szoboszlai and be a bit more down the right channel. Possibly. And more, instead
it's really
of
encouraging to make as well about Liverpool, the mix. Like we started the show with Arsenal, like that Liverpool mix just feels you've got a bit of all the different elements you want.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because with Szoboszlai and the 3 from last year, you know, are they that more technical than the Arsenal 3 that they started with? I guess McAllister's probably more technical than Declan Rice is. But no, I think with Florian Wirtz, it's still a wonderful addition to a midfield. But I don't think we're going to see. I just think he's going to be more of an 8. I think on a slot is going to morph that a little bit into. And I think you're right. I think he will play on the left to give Gakpo a rest. There's great options there.
I've got 2 thoughts on the game. Well, on the basis of the game, let me go to one more player. Ekitike, my friend. plays at the top end of the pitch, scores a goal,
yeah.
looks very comfortable with his build-up.
Yeah.
Apparently, settled very well in the dressing room as one of the guys. Is there a point, when Isak's sitting on the side, who will come into the team, who will make them better, who will score goals in that team? Absolute guarantee.
Yeah.
Does Ekitike find a place in the team at that point?
I think at times, and we know that Isak's a little delicate. Obviously he'll play in certain games. I don't. It's hard to see him together. I think the manager said that he hasn't ruled out the possibility of playing 4-4-2 with Isak and Ekitike as a front two. Yeah. That would be interesting in some games. I think he will try him on the left-hand side. I mean, the fact is, mate, that Ekitike is not gonna be the guy. He's not going to be the main guy. He's just not. When Isak's fit and healthy, he's going to be the 9. He's going to be the main guy. And Ekitike will get to play some games, sometimes on the left, maybe as a 10. I don't know. It's I guess it's a nice problem to have for Arne Slot. But I think, I agree with all the narrative around Liverpool. They've won their games without being at their best. This team, I mean, when we check in again in March, when they've had a load of months together, it could be an outstanding football team with a ton of options, fluidity. It's Arne Slot's job now, Rob, to make this brilliant squad work in different ways, and Wirtz might have to work in a different way. Ekitike might have to work in a different way. That's going to be the challenge, because if you can get all your best players out there, even though it might not be in their thought of favourite spots, then you're in business. Now, but that's what he's got to do. Talk about Wirtz, talk about Ekitike. Yeah,
it's interesting though that this line that it's 5 wins in 5. I've sort of a perfect start with imperfect performances, and they got it done. I'm always a little bit like the Arne Slot. Like, will we be 10 games in, 10 straight wins, and we're saying, well, we still haven't. I mean, are we sometimes worrying about something? They're just as likely to, for players to kick into gear than not. No, Mo Salah's not really got going yet. I don't think at the level that he is. McAllister, I think, he had a bit of injury at the start of the season. I don't think he's fully firing at his best yet. So there's still players within the team. Kirkes, I still think, is finding his feet and positionally how he plays with Van Dijk. But I kind of feel like I don't think it's as big a worry as some people are trying to make out. Like, we're not playing that well. Oh, they're losing goals there. They've won 5 in 5, mate. And if they continue to go like they go, the other imperfect teams that also haven't got the balance or don't go for Man City inconsistency and all that, they're gonna find themselves a good number of points clear if we get to Christmas with a squad that can rotate with deeper numbers than we've had in the past. We still might be saying, well, they're still not going that well. I mean, still not. They might end up the season still not going that well champions.
Yeah. The second half, Rob, was not great for Liverpool. They slightly dropped off. They conceded a goal. Yeah. They're not hanging on, but they didn't dominate, control
problems on the wide, didn't he? That left-hand side, usually Hall made good runs.
So I think same as we said last time, Rob, that the fact that the bits that they're not great at right now, that if that goes away, then wow, like it's tough for anybody to catch them if they're going to get a lot. But it might not go away, and it might still be an issue. Why are they still giving up chances? Why can't they control the game with real possession and really boss that game against Everton? They just kind of let it go a little bit in the second half. These are all things that we'll find out in the next few weeks, Rob, and maybe repeating ourselves a little bit from last time without being great right now. But I mean, of course, winning games, not being everything grooved is amazing. Let's just see whether they improve and that doubts and the weaknesses go away, or whether it's still there and they start dropping points. Because if they do continue to give up chances or not dominate throughout, they will find some games particularly difficult, and we just have to wait and see on that.
Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host of NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch more videos all season long, and for even more Premier League content, from original series to live matches, head over to Peacock.